long last, a helicopter, an helicopter. It's taken a while. I was going to hold on for the Bristol Belvedere by Airfix from a long time ago. Thank you for all those who reminded me that that's what its name really was. Not Belvedere, was it? Yeah. Anyway, forget it. Remind me again, people. I've confused myself. Oh God, I haven't even started. So this time, at last, Western Whirlwind HAS 22, a very old and very classic Airfix model, which I didn't make as a kid, but I always meant to get around to. And it looks super. One thing about this is I am acting. Don't worry about the ceremonies and the speeches, just throw the Oscars my way, folks. Just lob them as far as you can. The reason being that I've lost the first two shots for this, so I'm having to redo them. So any sense of surprise or awe is completely false. Anyway, there it is, really nice. I have, therefore, made progress. You might want to pick me up on that word. Progress might not be exactly what we're talking about, but anyway, there it is. The previous shots I was babbling on about colours and interior. There wasn't much to go on. The interior is very simple, and the painting of it is very simple, and I painted most of it's grey, and I painted it grey, and the plastic's grey, and it didn't look like I'd done anything. That was the key point. We will find that I have some struggles. I thought this was going to be simple, but I've ended up having to work hard on it. So anyway, there it is, halfway through, and we will see how things progressed, give or take a lost scene. Here we go. And here's the interior. I am really restraining myself from adding tons of detail, but I've kind of learned in the past that when you're dealing with the retro models, keep it retro kind of thing. Once you start adding detail, it's never ending, and so let's just keep it down to basics. Plus there's a rotor blade, and then some silver going on to some of the metal work there, and that means we're nearly done. I've got to paint the little pilots and get them in, and that's it. No, that's not it, is it? But you get the gist. So at this point there's as much paintwork as construction to do, and it will soon be done, I think. That's what I meant. And there's the wee fellas. I was going to straighten that fella up on the right, but he looks so casual. In fact, they both have kind of got their ankles crossed, which is just terribly relaxed of them. So I couldn't resist having him slightly askew. The other thing is, because they're both the same figure, it's always terribly symmetrical. And don't know if we can see it at the moment, but he looks great through the window. So I'm going to leave him like that. I'll let them glue nicely, and then I'll trim them up a bit paint-wise to give them a bit of a tidy. But once that's done, time to glue the two sides together. You meet me in my by no means tidy and organised and completed new workshop, which is a wonder to behold. And we've got this creature together at last. It took 3 kind of clampings working my way round the curve. Unfortunately, I don't know if we can see, but there's really quite a nasty seam, which I can blame the model for it in part, but I think I should have been a bit better prepared. And that mess is sort of consequent to my wrestling match with it, which I should have been prepared. And I think the lesson I'm learning, which I learned as a kid and I've abandoned, is even if the sort of interior deck fits, doesn't matter, give it a bit of a chamfer, just to make sure. I'm not blaming the interior for the lack of fit, but it's best to get it off the hook. And then I've started putting the wheel bits on, at which point I remembered that I should have put a 5 gram weight in the nose. You twit. What's all this silver and black about, you ask? Ah, that's for another day. 6mm Knights.